something to ask.
Wide, gaping sockets that see nothing, and still they seem to watch you. I think you hear a whisper, but perhaps it was just wind drafting through a dull and empty thing.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciples' Realm?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No, better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. A pool of warmth spreads through your mind as she settles on the memory of you commanding the goblins to die.
Oh, I like you. That was inventive and efficient. Your confidence is delicious. I can see why the Absolute might be hungry to dig deeper into that mind of yours. I certainly am.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palate. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
You took pity on one of Shah's sorry little followers. Or was it genuine affection? Let's take a closer look. With the Absolute, your fantasies can become more real than flesh. The pleasures of the mind can surpass those of the body. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted. To take without asking. To feel without doubting, and to kill without consequence. In a word, freedom. Why not? What's the point in power if you don't get to have a little fun every now and again? She gave me the power to cut the thread of life with a thought. But I can caress as well as cut. That's why you should stay on my good side. And the best way to do that is to serve General Thorm. I have a mission for you. That's it. Play along.
The closer you can get to the general, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
Indeed. The Absolute's love for him has made him more than mortal. He is unstoppable. There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home. And I accompanied him. It was destroyed shortly after he left Moonrise. Hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry. It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the general, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
Indeed. The Absolute's love for him has made him... There is a relic that The relic is beneath, but we have lost contact with him. Go there. Aid Balthazar if you can. And I accompanied him. Hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry. It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know.
That's it. Play along.
Indeed. The Absolute's love for him. The relic is... But we have lost contact with him. And hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry. It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know.
She's suddenly nervous, on edge. Talking about the relic makes her anxious.
I am in awe of the power the relic must hold to be of such importance. General Thorm will not leave Moonrise without it. Fine. Talk to the Bugbear Quartermaster. Tell him he's to share my secret stash with you. Death would not silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters. The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot. The tower doesn't stink like an overstuffed cemetery. Which means Balthazar hasn't returned. So why are you here instead of out there looking for him? Oh, good. I love answering questions. Whatever Balthazar is looking for, it's crucial to the war effort. Have I not been clear? Find Balthazar, and more importantly, the relic he holds. Neither of which, you'll notice, are here.
It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more. Disciple Zrel has given you a chance to earn that honor.
Oh, good. I love answering questions. Whatever Balthazar is looking for, it's crucial to the war effort. Have I not been clear? Find
It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more. Disciple Zrel has given you a chance to earn that honor.
Oh, good. I love answering questions. Whatever Balthazar is looking for, it's crucial to the war effort. Have I not been clear?
It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more. Disciples Rel has given you a chance to earn. It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more. Disciples Rel has given you a chance to earn that honor. It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more. Disciples Rel has given you a chance to... It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more.
Her words are diplomatic, but her face betrays her true feelings. Utter contempt for you and all your kind.
Disciples Rel has given you a chance to earn that honor. Her design does not end at the grave, Blessed One. You will serve, whether you ascend or fall, and I find use for even the fallen. I hope that is some comfort to you. I have my duties, true soul. I'm sure Disciples Rel has given you yours. Disciples Rel has given you a chance to earn that honor.
Your tadpole grasps at nothing. She carries no parasite, but you've spent too long reading people not to see what's behind her eyes. Scorn, stark behind her mask of deference.
As you see, true soul, there is so much more for you to learn. I have my duties, true soul. I'm sure Disciples Rel has given you yours.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
I received no word that a true soul is to ascend. You will turn around. Should the general learn you breached his private chapel, he will not be so merciful. And he has need of obedience. Serve, true soul. If Disciples Rel deems you worthy, you will ascend. Do you think yourself so important, true soul? Until Zrel says otherwise, you are beneath the Absolute's notice. Well, you will not be the first true soul the General has thrown from this spot.
Disciples Rel has given you a chance to earn that honor. I believe you will find your rightful place in her design. Either you will ascend, or you will fall, and I find use for even the fallen. I hope that is some comfort to you.
Once again, your mind opens to Lae'zel, and she considers the disc.
More writings on Orpheus, the so-called Prince of the Comet. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver, that his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon Ephelemon. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale, but beneath the roars, we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy. The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son, Orpheus, the true heir, Prince of the Comet. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more. It is not just improbable, it is impossible. Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the fell prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of ashes he became. My Vash taught that the silver bells of Vlaakith's court still ring out before every hunt in celebration of the prince's defeat. As a child, I longed to hear them for myself and sing in praises to the deathless queen and her Kithraki. Tiamat's emissary. It was he who carried word that Mother Gith had negotiated the gift of the dragons, and that Vlaakith I would preside as queen of the Githyanki. Ifalaman remains the queen's consort to this day, as endless as the empire he now serves.
The corpse remains silent.
Salutations. Surely there's a spell for this sort of thing.
Let's move.
eager for battle. My faith protects me.
No one's stopped me yet. This sounds like the source of Kethric's immortality.
Night Song. An appropriate name for an owl, perhaps, but not for a cult artifact.
If we find it, we can use it against Thorn, perhaps.
First, we have to find it, and I suspect he keeps it very, very well hidden.
The necromancer was experimenting on the tadpoles. But they were already imbued with Nethery's magic. So where did that magic come from?
Carved into the bench's rotted surface are strange, half-faded sigils. A magic circle of some kind, thick with darkness and decay.
A ritual circle. And a complex one at that. I've seen such a construction before in the writings of the Weave Pasha Raven, though his vision was not so tainted. Sigils are written in a curious mix of tongues. Ancient Kalashite, Netherese, something else I can't quite make out. If I'm reading it correctly, it was used in the creation of moon lanterns. It's been mostly drained, but even now contains a powerful dose of shadow weave. The discarded pixie corpses might still contain enough essence. With one of the broken lantern casements. Yes, I think I'll be able to craft one more lantern. And with a slight modification of the casting gesture, it might be able to wield the shadows instead of repelling them. Though, Mistress' eyes may be upon me. And she'd forbid me dabbling with such magic. She'd want it destroyed. Wasted, arguably.
Forget what Mistra wants. Think about yourself and what Lady Shah's power could do for you, Gale. Make the lantern. Spread her will.
Very well. Stand back, if you please.
It doesn't take much. The sigils fade, the circle's tainted magic dissolving harmlessly into the ether.
Not bad for a wizard who slept through his Kalashite lessons, eh? Did you feel that? If I wasn't surrounded on all sides by the darkness of the shadow-cursed lands, I'd think it was Mystra herself brushing against my skin. The curse that afflicts the land appears to be a manifestation of an incredible amount of dark magic. The sort manifested through the shadow weave, and is an altogether different form of magic, drawn from the negative spaces left in the weave's wake. It is Shah's domain, not Mistress. I'm surprised she would risk making contact here, however briefly. She's left some tiny part of herself to watch over me, I think. A boon to help us reach the heart of the Absolute in one piece. True enough. And somehow I doubt that's an order Mystra will be willing to rescind, no matter how many times I impress her. The stakes are simply too high. Strange, though, that she would reward me for such a service now. She's hardly been forthcoming on that front since my banishment. Perhaps I'm overthinking things. A blessing's a blessing, and this one should come in most useful. At the ready. I don't think this is strictly legal.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
action, not reaction.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
Ready and willing.
Let's get going.
One with the weave. The right tools for the wrong trade.
Still alive, so that's progress.
So why are you here instead of...
Let's see.
You're stopped by a guard. It seems your presence here is forbidden. Your words are enough to resolve the matter. Still, you need to leave. Best not try that again, lest your actions speak louder than your words.
All right. What now?
You're stopped by a guard. It seems your presence here is forbidden. Your words are enough to should you
dull moment.
Seen the view out west from the terrace? All those beasts camped under one banner. That's the Absolute's power. The General's power.
Hey, True Soul. What's the word? Armies gathered outside. The General giving us marching orders. I have got faith, True Soul. Course I do. I just got sores from all the sitting around, too.